Okay, so today's video is going to be about, you already know, but why Kamoshida is my favorite villain from Persona 5. So I made a very brief list, mainly mental notes, but I just made like some lists so I don't stutter or forget anything. But I think like the main thing, I'll just jump right into it. He's pretty relatable. It's not some like Shido where it's like I have all these connections and I'm this kind of unrealistic, like, you know, like the supervillains, like, oh well, if he's gonna be a super powerful supervillain, he needs to have all this power and kind of, I don't know, like Shido, like it's kind of like comical in a sense, like you can't really relate to that really. Whereas Kamoshida, that's someone that, someone in high school could be experienced, like that's a very relatable and possible person that exists. Maybe not, I mean, no, it's pretty probable, I think. So, yeah, that's the first thing. It's a realistic villain that I don't know if Persona's ever touched on before. I don't think they've done anything similar to Kamoshida, and they build up Kamoshida really well, I think. So, the whole thing with Shiho all tied into it, like, I wish, for Shiho being, like, at first you think she's gonna be, like, not like she's gonna be the next Phantom Thief, but she's a pretty big part of the plot. I wish we got to, like, see her more. Maybe we all went together to go see her. Like, she doesn't need to be, like, hi, but like maybe like a Shiho confidant, or I don't know, like she was pretty cool. I just think when people were playing Persona 5 for the first time and Shiho kills herself or tries to kill herself, it's just like, oh, like he's really bad. Just all this stuff, and when we get to experience it firsthand, like we're involved in this, like heavily involved. It's not like Kaneshiro where it's like, I feel like I pronounced that wrong. Kaneshiro where it's like, oh, there's this guy, he's taking money from people, which is bad. You want to stop that, but is it, oh, I don't know, like it's affecting people at the school, but it wasn't. I think everyone doesn't like Kaneshiro's palace. I think that's, I'm gonna go on a tangent here, but Makoto looks so cool. I love her design. Initially, I thought she was going to be my favorite girl. They kind of fixed it by really giving her Sei's palace in a way, but I don't like her being introduced in Kaneshiro's palace is just like why? I get that she wants to protect the students, but it wasn't like the player couldn't really relate to that feeling that much, and it wasn't, I feel like I hear stuff. Anyway, it's not as relatable, so you're not really hyped up for it. I don't know. I like the whole, like, when he turned into a fly and the whole, like, Al Capone kind of mobster whatever look to him. That was cool. I liked when he said yo yo yo. That's my favorite part. Something like that. I don't know. He was pretty cool. Like, I think out of all the villains, he was pretty, on trend. Like, he seemed like a younger adult, so he was... I like that sense about him. That's it. Anyway, so, Kamoshida. I don't, so we also get, like, the protagonist is involved in it, like he's at stake. The protagonist gets to like meet Kamoshida and have like form an opinion on him and like see all these things, and it's just he has such an overarching, like I was watching he closed down his channel, but Thither, and they were talking about there's just so many people affected by Kamoshida. We have An, Shiho, the principal to an extent, because the principal and Makoto, who, the principal's like, well, now everyone is freaking out about the publicity that's forming on our school now, and Makoto has to deal with the pressure of, like, well, you better, like, figure out who did this. Ryuji, Mishima. Is there anyone else? It's just a lot, and it's, that's just my favorite part of it, like, replaying the game, like, going through Kamoshida's palace again. It's just amazing. I love it so much. It's just, like, the theme of Persona 5 is things wrong with society and, like, rebelling against that. Well, rebelling against society and then kind of looking into the dark parts of society that people kind of don't do anything about. And Persona 5 is like, well, we're going to stop this because we have the perfect way to do this. And Kamoshida really is, like, a perfect example of a realistic example of something that is really bad, and you like, in that situation where all the teachers and everyone knew, they just didn't say anything. What are you to do, really? Like, they said that, like, what are we gonna do about this? Like, that's really the only option they had. It was just, I don't know. Is it bad to say? I like the whole, like, sexual theme about his palace, too. Like, it was really, like, I don't know, like, I feel like the palace design and theme was so heightened in that palace. Like, you had the fake, people, the fake, the cognitive versions of the male volleyball members and the female volleyball members, and, when you go into the room to try to save On, you have the female, volleyball members all, like, posing, like, sexually and, like, fawning and stuff, and you have, like, I love the little statues he has everywhere of like, women's body. Like, I don't know. Like, I like the whole feel of Kamoshida's palace. Like, you got that feeling. I like the whole, it was just done so well to me. And I think also seeing On, like, having On shadow there was cool too. I wish that's one thing I wish that had been done more in Persona 5, that we had more shadow of people we knew in the real world, like cognitive versions of people, because we have On's version and we have Futaba's version, we have Sei, Goro, that's pretty much it. So, like, I was pretty disappointed in Okumura's palace that we didn't get a shadow Haru, and they dismissed it as, oh, well, I guess your father doesn't really think, like, that says a lot about what your father thinks of you, that you're not even here. Which to me is, like, kind of a cop-out. Like, I would have loved to see a shadow Haru, because if he has a shadow of her fiance, he's surely to have, like, maybe it's a very simplistic form, maybe she's, like, tossed to the side, but there has to be a shadow Haru, you know? And a lot of people like Futaba's palace because we have, like, Shadow Futaba, and we get so much character development, and that's, like, one of the main reasons people love Futaba so much, is because she got all that character development where it really, like, took your breath away and you were just, like, focused on this character and what this character has been through, you know, like, so, yeah, so I think Kamoshida was one of those moments, too, where it was just so much development for a lot of the characters. Oh, no. Now I thought of, like, characters getting development and then never getting it continued, just having, like, their character arcs, like, disappear, and that's a whole other video that I have to do. But Kamoshida, I love it so much, like, and I don't know what his Japanese voice actor sounds like in the game. I don't know if it's the same as the one in the anime. The one in the anime was kind of goofy. I really like the English dub one. I forgot his name, but he did a really good job on that, the voice actor. I just love it so much. And I love how, this sounds so, like, I'm like, ooh, like, evil man, like, I'm not fawning over him. Like, I'm not, like, I'm just fawning over I think he's the best villain of, like, all of Persona. I just spit into the microphone. Of all of Persona, that is my standpoint. As of now, he is my favorite villain in Persona. I haven't played all of Persona, so that might change, but he's pretty good. He's just so, they didn't overdo it. That's what, it's so amazing. I don't know. So, what was I talking about? Okay, so I don't know if the other ones, so you have a lot of the palaces, you'll go to defeat the final boss and it will be like, they'll reveal something like Madarame, oh, your mother had a seizure and I just let it happen. I didn't necessarily kill her, but that's what happened. Like, you get like some like reveal through their shadow. And I like how Kamoshida, like, I don't know if I could truly say the other ones were vague, but Kamoshida, you could definitely tell like what happened. It is heavily implied that he molested Shiho. He probably raped Shiho. For her to kill herself was probably like ongoing like molestation, and then he like raped her after what happened to An and stuff. Which I think, like, you get that. It's not just like, and I like Persona for doing that, and I like that we get, I'm just gonna say, so you know, you have people who are like, Persona is too happy now, like, we took that darkness away that 2 had, that 1 had, or like that SMT had, like, Persona's too happy. I think this could be said about the 1 palace. I'm not saying Persona 5, like, wholly is this way, but for the first palace, it's pretty dark. And I think I heard a lot of people, why does this sound? I've heard a lot of people, wait, I was like, I just looked at the cord and I'm like, that's the wrong cord that's plugged in. I made a mental note, don't plug in that cord, and then I did it. Okay, so it's heavily implied what he did, which I like. Oh, okay, I remember what I was talking about. So people, I've heard, this is not, I can't take a whatever survey right now and get the exact, but people who like, I may be wrong, but I feel that, okay, I'll just say that, it is my opinion that people who like the darker themes in Persona 2 or whoever it may be, liked Persona 5 at the beginning. Or at least like Kamoshida's palace. Like, at the beginning they were very excited and very, like, they liked what was going on. Like, I've heard that from like a handful of people, which, because I think the first palace is pretty dark. Like, someone kills themselves in the first several hours of the game. Like, that's pretty dark. Yeah, so I think it's that also. Like, also there's people just don't like Okumura's arc, like that whole thing, and I don't blame them, but I think that's part of it. It was just so, you were like so involved with it, like it was happening right there. You saw it. You saw him. You didn't see what happened to Ryuji, but Ryuji told, like, you saw all of that, and you firsthand, like, it was done so beautifully. So anyway, back to what I was talking about a long time ago about shadows. So we get Shadow On, which I love so much. Like, I love that they added that, because this is our real, like, we meet On, like, you have the encounter, which is like with the encounter music, and it's all dramatic and stuff, and she gets in Kamoshida's car, and then we meet Shadow On, and that's kind of like, we met On, but that's our first impression of On, and I kind of like that. I wish they'd do that again, that they have a character that we don't know much about, and our first impression of them is their shadow. From someone else's point of view, you're just like, wow, like, what's going on with this person? So I think Shadow On was cool, and having her deal with that. And speaking of like Kamoshida's arc, I really like On's whole character development thing, and I'm not gonna delve into it. I'm gonna make a separate video about it, I promise. But I love On's like growing into herself and her sexuality, and even like like it's just done. I think her development is done well, and I really liked like having that really nice character development. Made it hard for me to like people like Haru and Makoto, who don't really have that, like, to me, don't have that moment where I'm just like, oh my god, like this, like, I really like how this character's developed. Like, I feel like I know a lot about him now or something. So, there's that. Can I just say, Makoto's cool. I like Makoto. Like, nothing wrong against Makoto. I just feel like I like her whole, like, I feel like it was she's such a cool character, just like in general. If you just tell someone about her and like the gist of it, like, oh, like she's this good girl student and she's actually rides motorcycles and I don't know, like is a badass. I don't know. So that's cool, but what they like, but it's used on Kanoshiro's like. Makoto deserved better. She got Nijima's palace, but I don't know. And I think, dare I say it? I'm gonna say it. So, I think Kamoshida's palace was small. Like, it's definitely smaller than, or maybe it just doesn't take as long. It feels smaller. I don't know. So I feel like a lot of the decor and stuff is pretty, like, more meaningful. Like, we have I loved the whole, after you get past you're going up the tower, like, what is it, you go up the stairs and there's like a landing, you fight a bunch of like hard bosses at the time, not bosses, but like red flaring shadows, and you defeat them, and then you go up and you climb on the outside of the tower, and you go up there, and that's when the distortion is all warped. Like, I thought that was a very nice touch, and that was so cool with the little, and then you have like the giant statues of the women. I love the Shiho shrine. I love the, what else did we get? Just like the I love the scene with the female volleyball player. Like, that's cool. Like, I don't know, like the design touches in his palace I thought were so cool, and I felt like fit the theme so well. Like, I think maybe it was just too, like, if that isn't what my first impression of Persona 5 was, maybe the rest of it wouldn't have, like, let me down, because the first part was so good to me. I don't, like, it's a very red scheme, like, red and pink scheme, which his thing is less, so that makes sense, but it, like, I don't know. I feel like the music works well there, like, everything, like, it all just ties in really well in his palace. Like, that was, like, I love it. It's so delicious. I don't know. I feel like he affected the teachers a little bit, kind of. I don't know how. I feel like Kawakami was, impact, like, not on her character development, but she was probably like, well, that's, I don't know what I'm saying. I just feel like somehow Kawakami was probably like, oh, it impacted her in some way, so maybe there's that too. What else do we have? So, Ryuji's whole thing. I don't know. I liked his whole storyline and everything. I don't know. I'm running out of things to say here. I'd love to do discussions with other people, that I don't have these awkward silences where I'm just like, what? But I don't know anyone to discuss with right now. I don't think that palace, I know it probably has special music, but nothing, like, amazing, I think. I'm sorry if that offended someone. I'm messing with the list paper. It's just my favorite, he's my favorite villain. I like his design too. He's supposed to be like Olympian athlete. I think it fits him quite well. I don't know. It's really good. I guess that's all I have to say then, because I can't think of anything else. Watch me think of it after I turn it off, which will probably happen. I feel like those weren't really concrete reasons, so it's just a Kamoshida, why he's my favorite villain rant. Not really, like, maybe one day I will come out with like a really good, I love those analysis videos where they're like, you got, excuse me, I like internally burped, where you have like sites and sources and like examples and like really specific stuff. Like, I would like to do that right now, but I don't have time. So one day I'll get to that, but for now I'm just gonna kind of do rant videos. Expect I think I have a list of like my favorite Danganronpa ranked from like 1 to 9 male characters, and then I have 1 through 9 like female characters, so I'll probably do a video on that, just like saying why they're like, justify my ranking and stuff. I don't know, so I don't think I have anything else to add on to this, but hope you enjoyed listening to my rant. Sorry if I talk too fast. Sorry for the audio as well. My first video, I wanted to edit it all cool and like put some chill music over it, but this sounds so dumb. Like, I don't know. Like, I think I just messed it up, and I was just like, whatever. So I just uploaded that one, just the unedited version. So sorry for stuttering. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I probably won't have any viewers yet, but once I get like a couple, like, start telling me other stuff that you'd like to see. So yeah, bye.